Okay, so let's try some examples. So the first one says, write the equation in standard form of the parabola on the right. All right, so we're starting out with a couple easy ones. These aren't too bad. Okay, so first of all, always find HK first. What is HK? Yeah, it's right here. It's the vertex of your parabola. It's 0, 0. Okay, do I open upwards or downwards? Downwards, so it opens vertically, and it's down. So A, that means A is less than 0. A is negative. Okay, so my equation is going to be y equals A times x minus h squared plus k. But I don't know what A is yet. So this is why it was important to know that the distance between the vertex and the directrix, or the focus, is always 1 over 4a. So this distance right here is 1 over 4a. So what is that distance? No, what's the number? 5, right? This was y equals 5. So that distance is 5. So it's equal to 5. And I'm going to make it negative 5 because I know a should be negative in the end. But if you just let it be positive 5, you can change that at the end. It's no big deal. All right, multiply your 4a over. So I get 1 equals 4a times negative 5. So it's 1 equals negative 20a. So that means my a value is negative 1 over 20. So I get y equals negative 1 over 20, x minus 0 squared plus 0. So your equation is just y equals negative 1 over 20, x squared. That's it.
Why is there h?
Because the vertex was hk, 0, 0.
So if we didn't make it, like I didn't make the 5 negative in the first place?
Yeah, that's fine. You would just know a is negative because it's going downwards.
Oh.
So you need a negative x squared, right, downwards. All right, the next one. So write the equation in standard form for a parabola with a vertex at 1, negative 2, and directrix at x equals negative 6. Okay, can you guys tell which direction your parabola is going to open? Yeah, it opens to the right. It opens away from your directrix. Good job, Young. So it's going to open like that. So it's never going to cross over your directrix. Okay. Okay, so I know my HK. All I need to find is A. Then I'll have my formula. So what's my distance from 1, negative 2 to the directrix? And what is that distance? Yeah, we're going to put positive 7 this time because it's to the right, so it's positive. Do you guys see that? It takes 6 units to get to the axis and then 1 more to get to the vertex. Okay.
Are you going from the directrix to the vertex? Is that the direction you go?
Yeah. Okay, so then I multiply my 4a over, so I get 28a equals 1. Divide by 28, I get 1 over 28 equals a. A lot of times you will get fractions, so don't be scared if you're getting a fraction. So this means my formula, it's not y equals this time, it's x equals a times y minus k plus h. So hk, h was 1, k was negative 2, so I'm going to have y plus 2 in there. A is 1 over 28, so I get x. So that's why I was saying a lot of times it's easier if you write it x minus 1 equals 1 over 28, y plus 2. So then it's both signs are opposite of what they were. It's 1, negative 2, so you have negative 1, positive 2. I always wrote it like that when I was in school. All right, so that's your answer. That's it. Okay, so write y equals negative x squared minus 2x plus 3 in standard form. Identify the vertex, the axis of symmetry, the direction of opening. I'm scared. All right, so when you see this, it's not set up so you can see like x minus something squared. Okay, so when it's not set up like that, you guys need to complete the square. Okay, so I'm going to need to take those two x values and I'm going to complete the square. So I'm going to have y equals, I pull out what they have in common, so a negative. I always want to pull out so I get a positive 1x squared. And then I have a plus 3 on the end. So when I complete the square, I do b over 2 squared. So my b value is 2. So do 2 over 2 squared, which is 1 squared, which is 1.
Did you not take out an x?
Don't take out an x, because you're trying to find what you add in here so that you get something squared, like x plus 1 squared. See what I'm saying? Like else you can factor, so it's the same thing times itself. So you don't want to pull out an x, because then you won't be able to do that. All right, so I get y equals negative x squared plus 2x, and I'm adding the 1 in. I still have my plus 3 on the end, and it's okay that you have a number on the end, because in our formula we have a number in the end, right, the k. But what did I really add here? Did I add 1? No, you added negative 1 times 1. You added negative 1. So if you're balancing that same side, if you add negative 1, you need to add positive 1 as well. Okay, so that's what you need over here. So if that had been a negative 2 on the outside, you'd have negative 2 times 1, so you need a plus 2 over here. Yeah, Abby?
Why do you need to do that since there's an equal sign?
There is an equal sign, that's right here. So you're balancing the equation.
I know, but I thought you wanted to do these on both sides since there was an equal sign.
Yeah, think of it, do you see what she's saying? So think of it as if you had a negative 1 here, putting a negative 1 over on this side. So then add it over, so plus 1. So we're just keeping it all on the right side. Okay, so I get y equals negative. When I factor that, it's x plus 1 times itself. So x plus 1 squared plus 4. So look at your equation up here. So with the green star next to it. What is h and what is k? Negative 1, positive 4, right? That's your vertex. Is it opening upwards, downwards, right, left, down? So if you need to sketch it out, that's okay. I always had to sketch these out. So here's negative 1, 4. It's opening downwards. So what's the axis of symmetry? No, it's vertical. It's right here. X equals or y equals? X equals negative 1. Good. So x equals negative 1. Do we have everything else? Vertex, axis of symmetry, direction of opening. We got it all. Okay. All right, next up. So let's find everything. So it says find the vertex, value of A, axis of symmetry, focus, directrix of the parabola, sketch rough graph. Okay, these are not that bad. So Lily was saying her friends at what school? Cathedral freak out about this. It's not bad. You guys can do it. Okay, start with well, let's talk about what direction it opens first. So opens upwards, downwards, right, or left?
Yeah, how do we know where to start?
Because you're thinking about how you would sketch it. What would you start with when you're sketching it? Probably the vertex. Yeah. Okay, so upwards, downwards, right, left. Upwards. Vertex. So what's your vertex? 2, negative 3. Good. So see, she's subtracting the 3 over here. So then it's in that form. So this is the opposite on the inside of the parentheses and the same on this side. So it's positive 2 and negative 3. All right, so we have the vertex. We know it goes up. Let's sketch.
Why did you take that away? Y equals.
I'm just giving myself more room. You keep it.
What did it say?
I just subtracted the 3 over.
Okay.
All right, so if I'm going up, I need to somehow find the focus. So what distance was that? Good. So first, what is A? 1/8. Just a number out front. Okay, so A is 1/8. So that means 1 over 4A is 1 over 4 times 1/8, which is 1 over 1/2. 1 over 1/2 is 1 divided by 1/2. So 1 divided by 1/2 is 1 times 1. 2 over 1. Yep. So it's 2. Okay, that means that I go a distance of 2 up and down. So if I was at the point 2, -3, where's your focus? 2, -1, that's right. All right, I'm drawing on mine, but it's not drawing. It's right there. Oh, there we go. Now it does a huge line. Great.
You go up 2 and down 2. Okay, so you go up 2 to find your focus and then down.
So right there.
Why do you say yeah, why -1?
Because you're at -3 before. So if you add 2 to that, to -1.
Is your Directrix -5?
Guys, this isn't hard. You can do it.
Yeah, Directrix is up.
Yep, so now from this vertex, go down 2. That's where your Directrix is. So if I was at -3, I'm now at -5. So that's y equals -5.
Directrix is down to.
Yeah, it's the same distance. This distance is 1 over 4a.
Focus is up to.
Yes.
And this one is 2. Okay, so did we find the vertex? Good. Value of A? Yep. Axis of symmetry? Nope. What's the axis of symmetry?
X equals 1.
X equals
2.
2. You got it. It's right up and down right here. It goes through X equals 2. Symmetry, focus, directrix, we're good. We found everything. All right, and the last one, it says, engineers are constructing a parabolic microphone for use at sporting events. Do you guys ever see these at sporting events? Yeah, kind of. It's like the guys next to the camera. People have these little microphones.
Oh, yeah, they're like.
All right, so the surface of the microphone will reflect sounds to the focus at the end of a part called a feed horn. So here's what's happening. You have like a parabola, and then at the end, like this is the focus. That's at the end of what's called a feed horn. So there's your focus right there. Makes sense? So everything is coming in, it's bouncing back out to the focus. So we need to find the length of the feed horn if this is our equation. So basically we need to find where the focus is. So the vertex would be 0, 0, right? Vertex 0, 0. So how do I find the focus? Well, we know this is what? What letter is that? A. So we're going to use that somehow. So the distance from your vertex to your focus is 1 over 4a. So let's find out what 1 over 4a is. So a is 1 over 132. So when I find 1 over 4a, it's 1 over 4 times 1 over 132. Which is 1 over, if you do 4 times 1 over 1 over 132, you get 1 over 33. So 1 divided by 1 over 33 is 1 times 33 over 1. So it's 33 centimeters. So that's how far it is away.